What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap. Yes, I missed last night, but I watched the recap and I'm ready to do this post-game recap, guys. Lakers barely escaped last night. What a crazy game of runs, game that we really needed everybody, including the last possession where Dennis Schroeder got back. Excellent defense by him and Caruso. If not, guaranteed we give up the game-winning layup to Boston. But yes, it feels amazing to beat Boston. It feels amazing to beat Boston. And no matter if it's by 1 point, 10 points, or 100 points, long as we win. But we did get lucky, man. And I was happy to see Anthony Davis playing better, especially earlier in the game. You know, he ended up with 27 points, 14 rebounds. LeBron James doing what he does best, almost another triple-double with 27, 7, and 7. But all in all, man, you know, this is a tough team. Boston Celtics' future is really bright, man. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown did their thing. And, of course, we had the no-name guy and Daniel Tice coming in and doing his thing as well. So, you know, always these no-name guys always have big games versus the Lakers. But, again, the Lakers prevail. They did a great thing, man. They did a great thing by finishing off this game. You know, to improve in the road trip, we now go to 4-2. Coming up tomorrow, we got the Atlanta Hawks. Won't talk much about them because this is the post-game recap. But how'd you guys feel about AD finally having a big game on the road versus a big team? The Boston Celtics felt good. To be honest with you guys, I felt really good to see him do that. He said, "What took you so long?" I was in my sister-in-law's birthday party yesterday, so yeah, I was watching the game in spurts, and I had to watch the whole recap in order to be able to talk this game with you guys. But very happy we won, man. He said, "Dan, are you familiar? Are you a Westbrook fan? What are your thoughts on him and Beal killing the Nets?" Not a Westbrook fan. Anytime the Nets lose, though, it makes me happy. Bradley Beal deserves better, though. He needs to definitely get traded. Bradley Beal's a real hooper. I hope he goes to a team that's not the Clippers or the Brooklyn Nets. Hopefully, it's the Lakers. You know, I don't want to see him in Boston either. So as long as he don't go to any of those three teams, I will root for him. But especially if he comes to our Lakers. Oh my goodness. He said, "I saw people still hating on AD after the game. Those aren't real Laker fans. Anybody who actually hates on a defensive player of the year / beast like Anthony Davis, big man in the game. Gasol's still struggling, bro. Gasol's still struggling. They were living in the paint again, so we still need another big man. Obviously, you know, Gasol's just a year too late, in my opinion. But all in all, I gotta say, I'm happy with the win, man. No matter how we get it, a win is a win. Yes, it was sloppy at times. Yes, you know, we went down by like 8 points, and then we made a nice little comeback in the fourth. But all in all, like I said, a win is a win, especially versus Boston. It feels really good to get a dub versus Boston, man. That was great. I was just a sigh of relief. I could go back into enjoying the party last night after I saw we won. So, Dan, what do you think about the trade that involves getting rid of Dennis Schroeder and Harrell for Beal? Schroeder, I have no problem getting rid of. Harrell a little bit, but if it's for Beal, I'm willing to do it. But then we have to do another trade to really fortify the big man, because if we're losing Harrell as well, who's bringing something very valuable to the team this year, we need to make sure we make up for it by getting somebody else. You know, so yeah. He said, "Dan, I would take that trade in a heartbeat." Yeah, the only thing is that Harrell was great. Last night he had another 16-point game off the bench. He's a sixth man of the year, man. So you're giving away the sixth man of the year. It's not like you're gift wrapping nothing and getting something in return. You're actually giving away something. And you're getting another guard, which is redundant with that trade. So, yeah, you know what? I would love it. Dan, are you a Nike guy too? I am. I hope to get sponsored by them one day. Everything Nike for me, bro. Everything Nike for me. You like my shirt? I bet you like my shirt. It's a nice little shirt, huh? He said, "KCP slowed down. Hope he can come back hard." Yeah, well, KCP, the thing about him, he's still a top 3-point shooter in the league. That's what we're going to need from him. He's not always going to have big games, but as long as he stays shooting consistently and ready when we need him and playing solid defense, that's what we need from KCP. He said, "I know this isn't a Laker rebuild, but here the Rams got rid of Jared Goff. We got Matthew Stafford from the Detroit Lions in return." Yeah, I seen that yesterday as well when I was at the party. Here's the problem, man. We gave up too many. We gave up 2 first-round picks and a 3rd-round pick. Matthew Stafford is 33. I'm not saying he's old or nothing. He's still in his prime, and he's a very solid quarterback, especially compared to Goff. So, but we better win. We better win this year. or next year because our window's closing and we gave up tons of draft picks in the previous trades. So that's always tough. You give up all these draft picks, all of a sudden your window starts closing up, and next thing you know, you're in, and you got to make sure you win. So hopefully we get to Super Bowl again, and this is the move we needed because our defense was solid. We just needed a very good quarterback and a better offensive line. So yeah, that's what I think about the Rams. I just think we give up way too much, man. Way too much. He said, "Yo, Dan, we had a lot of close games early last year." He said, "So I'm not worried right now, but we really need a big man." Absolutely, yeah. Not only that, but I don't know if you heard in my last pregame, I mentioned how Kuzma said that um, the team isn't practicing, and that way they can avoid injuries. They're not trying to strain the body due to the quick turnaround of the off season. So because of that, we're looking a little bit sloppy at times. Practice matters. That's where you perfect everything in practice, and then you take that to the next level on the court. My man said, "Dan, have you ever grown your hair out?" Yeah, man, of course. But it gets really hot where I live in the IE. That's why I always cut off my hair. And I lost my barber. I lost contact with him. He quit the current barbershop. He never had a good relationship with the lady there, and I don't know where he went. I used to have his number, but he changed numbers and everything. So yeah, I don't trust any average barber. I've had my boy Seth cut it, but he lives kind of far now. My boy Lonnie cut my hair too. He did a great job, but he's always busy. So yeah, I don't have a consistent barber, so I just end up shaving it myself. Plus, I've been told I look good with short hair. So yeah, he said if we trade Harrell and Matthews, he said we will still be in the apron tax. I'm not even sure how that works. Again, I'm not the salary cap guy. I don't think we should care about that. But we'll see what happens. Again, Rob Pelinka has a plan. He never unveils it. He keeps everything close to the chest. So I just want to see what's going to happen when Rob starts doing work. We'll see. He said, "Dan, do you think the Lakers should take Gasol out of the starting lineup? And if so, who would you put in his place?" As of right now, no, because Montrez is working perfectly off the bench with all that energy, giving us tons of production off the bench. So as of right now, no. But I do want us to get another starter and then make Gasol like a third stringer. That's really what he is at this point of his career. He said, "There's an app for barbers called The Cut." He said, "I wouldn't be surprised if your old barber is on there." Oh, that's good advice. I'll definitely check him out, man. His name's Christian. So, yeah, I'll check him out for sure, bro. Do you have to type in the last name, though? Because I'm sorry if I'm a bad customer. I don't remember his last name. I'm pretty bad with names unless I'm like really close to people. But yeah, I know his first name was Christian. His last name, I don't remember. He said, if Gasol doesn't want to get traded, he needs to take his open shots. Dan, I'm impressed the Clippers are playing well. He said, will they continue to carry this into the playoffs? Thank you. I don't give a damn how well they're playing. Everybody knows they're a regular season team. And I'm not going to believe in them until I see it in the playoffs. That's just the way I am. And even then, I root for them to fail, man. So, yeah, this is not the channel to ask for Clipper questions. I think Clipper Darrell, I think he has a podcast or something like that, if you want to listen to that clown talk. But, yeah, no, this channel is strictly Lakers and other teams that are not Clippers or Celtics. That's how we roll over here, man. I'd be glad to answer any questions about any team that's not related to the Clippers. They're the most annoying fan base in the world, Edson. So, yeah, I really don't want to deal with that, type of scummery. He said, Gasol got to go. We'll see, man. I don't think he's going anywhere. We just gave him a 2-year deal. So, yeah, I get used to Gasol. I doubt any team takes on that contract unless, even though it's a minimum, but unless, they feel he's a missing piece, which I really doubt. Hey, what's up, big baby? The Jazz will choke in the first round. We'll see. I believe more in the Jazz than I do the Clippers. I'll tell you that. Do I like the Jared Goff trade? I'm not in love with it. I do think it's an upgrade. Obviously, Matthew Stafford is solid. He has a cannon for an arm, so our wide receivers are going to benefit more from that. I like it in the short term. I hate it for the long run because we gave up 3 picks overall, 2 first-round picks and 1/3. I didn't think he was worth all that at all. I really didn't think he was worth all that. You know what I'm saying? So for those reasons, yeah, I'm not in love with this trade at all, to be honest with you. But outside of that, for the short term, we better win or at least get to the Super Bowl next year. For reals, with the best defense in the NFL, our secondary was solid. Our defensive line was solid. Our offensive line needs to improve a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we got a solid quarterback now. Jared Goff was trash. I can say it now that he's gone. I know, you know how I am. I show support for our players, but as soon as they're gone, I don't. Especially if they weren't good. He said, "I agree, Dan. I want the draft picks." It's unfortunate, Lamar, but Sean McVay, since he's got here, he's just trading away draft picks left and right, huh? Is it Dan? You seen Jokic pop off 33 in the first half? No, I didn't see that, bro. I have not seen that. Dan, who you got going to the Super Bowl this year? Come on, man. It's going to be the Chiefs and the Bucks this year. Is it my man DTLF with the Boston W? I forgot about the Pistons embarrassment. That is true, huh? That is true. Winning cures everything, but I still haven't forgotten. Lakers still need to improve, and they got to get better, man. I'm very critical of my team because I love them. So I want them, when you love somebody or something, you want it to get better. You want it to be at its best. So that's the way I got my Lakers right now. So, hey, Dan, looking good. We have a new winning rotation. Appreciate you, bro. Well, that's the first win. We just coming off of back-to-backs. Let's continue this. I do know that LeBron and AD are questionable for tomorrow, but most likely they're going to run because they don't like to play sit-out games. He said, what players would you trade for Jared Allen? Man, I hate talking trades, man, because I love our team, bro, to be honest with you. But Jared Allen would be a very great addition to the Lakers team. I'd probably give up I'd probably give up Wesley Matthews and Dennis Schroeder for Jared Allen if they take that and maybe a second-round pick. That's probably what I would give up. I'm not sure they would take that, though, because they're the Cavs, right? They already got plenty of guards, so they're probably going to want Kuzma and THT, and that's hard to give up both of them. I could part ways with one, but both? Nah. Dan, will you be tuning into the Nets and Flippers game on Tuesday? Probably not. Probably not. I hate both of those teams, and I'm not entertained when I hate two teams. I can't cheer for either one of them. One got a flopping Harden, a bipolar Kevin Durant, and a weird guy and Kyrie, and the other team just has shy guy Kawhi Leonard and capping George with psycho fan base and Flipper Darrell. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm not rooting for either one of those teams. No, thank you. I'm not watching. I'll probably just watch the score to see who won. That's it. But yeah, I love basketball, but I don't love ugly basketball. That's what that is. That's ugly basketball going on that night. That's up to you guys if you want to watch that, man. I got better things to do with my time than to watch the Clippers play. He said, we can't get McGee unless he is traded to another team again due to the league rules. Yeah, and I'm not worried about JaVale McGee. It wasn't like he was, he was the business here with the Lakers. Let's be honest. He was not effective in the playoffs. So, yeah, I'm not tripping on him. But we'll see. He said, McGee won't be returning to the Lakers, just my opinion. Like I said, it's something that I'm not going to cry over. He said, should we get Mo Bamba? We'll see what Rob does. As far as Mo Bamba, I've said this story a million times. Somebody told me he has no heart, somebody that works close to him or is related to somebody that works close to him. How much truth that has, I have no idea. But, yeah, usually it kind of shows in the court. You really don't hear much about Mo Bamba, even though he does play for Orlando. But, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Look, the buyout market is around the corner. If we wait a little bit longer, I mean, we're going to keep winning mostly. We might lose a bad game here or there, but we should be able to hold afloat up until the buyout market opens up, and then we really have some options there, He said, what if he's playing next to LeBron? I don't know who he is, bro. Who's he? You're talking about Mo Bamba? Like I said, maybe. I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping on whoever we acquire. I believe Rob. I believe in Rob, man. I've tripped on people before, and they've proven me wrong. So, whoever they feel like, is going to come in here and do work, and that's the one, man. That's the one. Bro said, room looks legit. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Hey, hard work pays off. I've always, always wanted a room like this, man, and hard work pays off. Rob will get us who we need 100. He said, LeBron looked frustrated last night. LeBron's just a very emotional player. I used to think he was a crybaby before he came to the Lakers, but I understand him now. It's not that he's a crybaby. It's that he's very emotional. He loves winning, and he hates losing. How can you not love that, Could we get Drummond if he gets bought out? I think so, but I don't think Drummond has the Lakers on his radar. Why? No idea why you would want to go to Brooklyn over LA. Come on, man. Come on. Hey, what's up, bro? I like it. He said, love your content from Australia, mate. Appreciate it, Jeremy. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, I have a friend in Australia, man. I hope to visit. I hope to visit one day, man. I heard it's beautiful out there. So he said, Dan, if we sign or trade another big man, would you take Gasol out of the starting lineup? Yes, I would, in a heartbeat. And I will put him in the bench right next to Jared Dudley. We'll put him in the garbage bin and just bring him out whenever, right? Bring him out whenever we need him. Like, I like Gasol, but I think he's 1 year too old, personally. And it's not hate. I love the man. Whenever he does well, I get happy. But I can't sit here and wait for him to do well. We're trying to win a championship over here, so we need consistency from that position. LeBron was extremely tired, and he needed these few days off from the road trip he's been carrying us on. I agree with that. Everything Lakers, yeah. That's why if LeBron shows frustration, is only because, yeah, he's been carrying, man. He needs more help. Luckily, last game, Anthony Davis showed up. So we need that consistently from AD like we got it last year. We should be good. Hopefully, I keep saying, hopefully it's the wake-up game for him and he goes on like a tear. But we'll see. What do I think about Thon Maker? I think he's a thong maker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's 7'4" for no reason, man. He should be a beast in the league. But yeah, he's not. Again, he's raw. He's a prospect, just like Giannis's brother. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sold on him, especially because we need something from that position. So can you bring in a raw prospect that really hasn't panned out anywhere, and just count on him? Probably not. Dan, I was getting married last Saturday, and as Dan, I was about to put the ring on my wife. He said, "Bam, it happened." Oh, see, I'm not gonna read that idiot quote by you, bro. Matter of fact, you get blocked because it has no creativity at all. You got no creativity, bro. It's not even an interesting quote to read. Like, the hate for LeBron, you guys are like a bunch of mini Skip Baylesses. That LeMickey bullshit, bro, I ain't buying into that crap. Get that shit out of here. Straight up. And I won't apologize for cursing this time. Seriously, like, come creative. Like, this new generation, bro, y'all wet right between the ears. I feel like slapping all of y'all. LeMickey. Really? So let me get this straight. Your favorite team failed in the bubble, and you want to criticize the winning team for winning. Right. But I guarantee you, had your team been lucky enough to win or skilled enough to win, you would have been all over it. So I don't want to hear that bullshit, for real. Ridiculous, man. Hey, what's up, Quincy? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. He said, Meanie Skip Bayless, LOL. Yeah, all of them. They're a bunch of Meanie Skip Bayless, a bunch of cornballs, Lil Mickey. Lil Mickey, bro. Seriously, that's super creative. Wow. You deserve a Disney pinstripe for that, man. Get out of here with your Disney Channel bullshit comments. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of entertaining idiocracy over here, man. You got to entertain these clowns. I bet you when Kobe was alive, they were saying dumb stuff about him too. I don't even want to imagine what they were saying. Like, he said he took all that time to type that. I'm saying, bro, I'm not gonna read that garbage. Get out of here. Once I read his name, I was like, he said, "Hey Dan, I heard LeBron and AD both questionable for tomorrow's game." Yeah, Carl. Both of them are questionable. But most of the time when they're questionable, I've seen the trend. They play. So, yep. He said, all these 9-year-olds who think they are doing something, LOL. Bro, it's ridiculous. Like, these clowns are something else. At least make me laugh. If you're gonna come up with something clever and to insult LeBron or my Lakers, at least make me laugh. Be funny at least, bro. But if you're a cornball and you coming out here saying this LeMickey garbage, like, shut up, dude. Shut up. Your Kingdom Hearts head ass. I don't want to hear that. He said, Dan, I would like to see Dennis come off the bench and Kyle Kuzma starting in his place. Dennis is much better player off the bench when he has the ball in his hands. Kuzma is a better player when he starts. I agree with that. That actually wouldn't be a bad switch up. And we would have LeBron James running some more point forward in that case. So, yeah, that would work. That's not a bad suggestion there, bro. That's not. And by the way, I like that name, Byron. That's a cool last name. He said, we got blessed by Kemba missing the last shot and all those other shots too. Hey, sometimes basketball's like that, man. Just the other night we lost to Philly and they got blessed by Tobias Harris hitting that game winner. So sometimes it takes a little bit of luck. A lot of it is skill. It's like 90% skill, 10% luck. But sometimes a little 10% wins out. So yeah, he missed that. But let's also give credit where credit is due. The way he ran back and he didn't just do a flyby. He could have just flew by and kept running like most lazy players do. Nah, he slid, stayed in place, and contested the shot. And same thing with Caruso for denying the ball on defense, man. Both of those players did an excellent job of getting back. And sometimes that's just the difference. That's the difference between winning and losing, man. That's the difference, the extra effort. Which big man can we go after? That's been the question of the century, man. I'd love to know myself. But again, I'm not going to give you guys a name because there's not a lot of big men out there on the trade mill. Like, there's not a lot of big men's names being circulating out there or a name attached to it. So there's no point. I could say Jared Allen or Andre Drummond, but we don't know if any of those players are going to get traded or cut or anything, right? So as much as I'd love to answer that question, just wait a little bit. Once we hear the true rumors, then I will definitely dig into that and give you guys a little more insight on who the Lakers should get from when they become available, right? He said, I want Devontae Caycock to get minutes. I don't, Lamar. I really don't, because he really doesn't bring anything we already don't have on the team. Like, Devontae Caycock is also, 6'7", 6'8"? We need a legit 7-footer rim protector. Devontae has great energy, but Montrez brings that. Kuzma brings that. LeBron, we already get that from similar sizes and positions. We need different. We need versatility. He said, have you been watching WandaVision? Obsessed with Elizabeth Olsen and Paul. I'm not going to butcher his name. I saw the first 2 episodes, bro, but I'll say it was black and white. I can't do it, bro. I need some color in my life. I just watched the first 2 episodes. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing out on something, but I really wasn't interested in that whole style, and I thought it was going to be something like different, like when you see the Vision, like you think it's going to be a little different, right? But maybe it gets different later. I don't know, man. I couldn't do it. I'm glad the Lakers beat the dreadful Celtics. Me too, bro. Could we trade for Willie Cauley-Stein? He would be a solid piece. Honestly, like, I like Willie Cauley-Stein. Could we trade for him? Again, I can't tell you if he's even on the market. I think Dallas is utilizing him properly. Like, he's been doing work this year. So, like, could we trade for him? To be determined. So it could be a move like that nobody sees coming, though. So that's actually a good little comment, because you just never know. Most of the trades that happen end up being a move nobody sees coming. Like, we were talking about Serge Ibaka this offseason. We ended up getting Montrezl Harrell out of left field. Like, that took everybody by surprise, right? But sometimes it'd be like that, man. Is Kevin Love going to the Nets? I have no idea. He really doesn't help them out much. They have plenty of scoring punch, plenty of floor spacing. They need defense. They need rim protectors. They added Iman Shumpert. That was a good look. Iman Shumpert was a solid look for them. But outside of Iman, like, they still need some rim protection. DeAndre Jordan, he is not the player he used to be. So as far as rim protection, he really doesn't fit that need like that. Like, they need a little bit more. So how about this trial starting lineup for 3 to 5 games? He said, to see the results. He said, Tucker, LeBron, Kuzma, Harrell, and Anthony Davis at center. Have mercy. He said, yes, I know Davis doesn't like playing center, but imagine. The reason I say no to that, for 2 reasons. For one, Frank Vogel will never start, Horton Tucker unless he, like, really, I don't know what he needs to do. To me, I would have gave him some more PT, but, Frank Vogel is a veterans coach. He's proven it time and time again. And yeah, I don't see Thornton Tucker starting, at least not this year, maybe next year. And for reason number 2 is, you already mentioned it, Anthony Davis won't play center, and he shouldn't, because I've seen him trying to play center for long stretches, and let's just say he could be injury prone because they like to, throw him around in the paint. He's a little thin in the front line, but he makes up for it with his high basketball IQ and athleticism, and he could play center in spurts, but his real position is power forward, and playing him out of position is not going to do him any favors. You could actually get him injured, or, too tired for that fourth quarter for him to have a big game, guarding all those centers who like to play with their backs to the basket. So, no. He says, start THT, bring Pope off the bench. I would do it, young elder. If I was coach, I already told you guys I would have done it a long time ago. But yeah, unfortunately, coach ain't gonna do that, man. I wouldn't hold my breath for that. You're gonna turn blue as a blueberry doing that. Dan, what do you think about Dennis Smith Jr.? Too many guards. We got too many guards. We already don't give THT enough PT, and he's a star in the making. So there's no point of going for any other guards right now, unless the guard's name is Bradley Beal or Zach LaVine. But outside of that, I'd be shocked if we trade or add any sort of guards from free agency. I do feel sad, though, that they never gave him a chance since he hit, like Dallas did him dirty and then traded him away. And then New York never gave him any playing time, even though he had the world of talent, man. He's an explosive athlete, or at least he was. I don't know how he is now. Who could jump out the building. He had a lot. He had a lot of skills, but yeah, he has to play in the G League because he ain't getting no run in the NBA. That's pretty sad. When you're an NBA talent who was a lottery pick and you asked to be put in the G League, that's how you know you're desperate for some run, man. That's really, really sad, to be honest. He said, hey, Dan, what do you think of the death lineup? AC, KCP, THT, LeBron James, Kuz, and AD? In spurts, I wouldn't mind it. Absolutely. I wouldn't mind it in spurts. But I would subtract from this lineup, I would subtract, well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who would I subtract from that lineup? I'd probably subtract either KCP or THT, and I'd put in Montrezl Harrell. That would be my death lineup because he brings second chance buckets, energy. He's just excellent. So, yep. Thanks, David. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. We should try to acquire Dwayne Dedman. That's a name I've been hearing since I was born, man, at this rate. Yeah, I'm not in love with that pickup. I'm not in love with that pickup. A lot of people love him. He's a stretch 5, but as far as rim protecting, I mean, how much rim protecting has he done in his career? We need a rim protector. We need a rebounder. We need somebody who can get down and dirty with your boy Anthony Davis. That's what we need, to be honest with you. My man said, he said the Lakers make some power moves, 2 to 3 primetime players, and they won't make it out of the West. Lakers need to make some power moves. He said for 2 to 3 prime. That's too much. We don't need that many moves. We need one or two max. But 3, that's too much, bro. Do you think the Clippers are fake all day, every day, twice on Sunday, which is today? I think LeBron and KCP, Caruso, and Morris should start. That's not bad. That's a solid starting lineup as well. Dan, Celtics fans are trash. Most of their rings came during the segregation era. You're preaching to the choir, man. But surprisingly, I had a Celtic fan come in here, and he was classy the other day. So I guess we could say not all of them are trash, but yeah, the majority of them are. The racist ones are. The racist Celtic fans are ass, man. They're really bad. Dan, Celtic, he said almost no 7-footers in the league need to look at international. Well, when I say a 7-footer, I don't mean size-wise. I mean somebody who could play like a 7-footer, who can rim protect, who can intimidate in the paint. He could be 6'10" and still do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're not going to look into international talent midway through the season unless somebody really stands out. But as of right now, that's not an option. Lakers just got to wait for the buyout market. Be patient. Play whatever they have right now at at the center position, and then we'll go and see what happens in the near future. He said, Dan, who would you want to face in the finals? Whoever, man. Whoever. Either way, if we play the Brooklyn Nets, I would love LeBron James to get his revenge versus Kyrie for talking all that smack. Y'all know I'm a big Kyrie fan on the court, but off the court, man, he's wonky. He's wonky for real. So, yeah, I would like LeBron to smack him around a little bit in the playoffs. And KD, too. KD's low-key a LeBron hater. He was talking about it's a circus to play with LeBron. Bro, you're with the whole circus. You're with Clown Harden and weirdo Kyrie. Like, you are the circus. And he's bipolar because one day he was like, you're the real MVP, Mom. And then the next day he was like, oh, I hate the media, flicking him off and thinking he's a bad guy or whatever. I don't know. All of a sudden he decided to go really emo. So that whole team is weird to me. Like, they get along too, which is perfect for them. But they're super talented, but they're just personality wise. I can't stand any of those players. Like, personality wise, I feel like they're full of themselves. As far as who we could face, it could be Philly, it could be Boston. Both of those teams are really deep. Like I said, Brooklyn's still a good center away from being a legit finals contender. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Here goes another one of these le retards. Let me just block him right quick. Hold up. Now reading your paragraph, idiot. He said, "Yo, Dan, I'm late. What's your reaction to Rams getting Matthew Stafford?" Danny boy, I answered this one 2 times, but because I got love for you, I'm gonna answer it one more time. We gave up too many draft picks. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's we'll see. It's a wait and see, man. It's a wait and see type of approach to that trade. As far as Matthew Stafford goes, let's see how he performs in the bright lights. You're in LA now, man. You ain't in little old Detroit where nobody gives a dang and the weather is below zero. You're with the bright lights, the nice, sun, the girls. You got to worry about the distractions as well when you come to LA. So yeah, we'll see how he performs out here. But I'm rooting for him. Obviously, Matt. Matt is, he's a real quarterback, unlike Jared Goofball Golf, right? He said, when you're the best team in the league, trolls are to be expected. Facts, bro. Trolls are just they got time. He's probably getting busy right now, just typing up like a mouse. Just he's probably typing up right now something to try to come back with another ridiculous paragraph that I'm not gonna read. But that's how much of a low life these haters are, bro. They're low lives for real. He's probably a Clipper fan. Sounds like Clipper fan logic right there with that whole Mickey stuff. That sounds like you guys remember those weird posters they were putting up all across LA? What was that? Something before Gnarls or something like that? It was some weird corny man. Yeah, they sound like Clipper fans for real. Like Gnarls before style or something like that, bro. How about losing before winning? That should have been the real slogan. Beach volleyball before basketball or strip clubs before playoffs. Like that's real talk. They want to be realistic to their fans. He said, "Who's better, Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown?" They're both really good, man. They drafted really well. I got to give props where props is due. Hate Boston, but they drafted really well. And Jason Tatum has exceeded my expectations. I can only hope that one day he becomes a Laker. He's really good. Now, people comparing him to Kobe, slow down. Slow down. He's not that nice. He's nice, but he's not that nice. But he's good. He's really good, man. And I do envy the fact that they picked him over us. So that's unfortunate that we weren't, bright enough to pick him over Lonzo Ball. Because if I were to go all the way back, 10 times out of 10, I'd pick Jason Tatum over Lonzo. But sometimes it'd be like that. Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks. I'd love him. I wanted him draft night. Unfortunately, we ended up with somebody else, Mo Wagner. But yeah, I would love Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson's a real hooper. Mitchell Robinson's a real hooper. He's a real deal. He said Tatum is smooth like Kobe, but Kobe's footwork can't be matched. Footwork, heart, determination, skill set won't be matched. It wasn't just the footwork with Kobe. It was the will to win. And Tatum is nice, but he's closer to Paul Pierce than he is to Kobe Bryant. Sorry to break it to you, Tatum fans. But yeah, he's a lot closer to Paul Pierce. People forget Paul Pierce was a beast in his prime. People only remember the Paul Pierce that talks on ESPN, and the one that got clowned on because he wanted a farewell tour. And then obviously Draymond told him, "Oh, you're no Kobe." But in reality, he's a lot closer. He reminds me a lot. His body type, his athleticism, a lot like Paul Pierce, man. If anything, he's a little bit better, but he's closer to that than he is to Kobe, which is weird because they tend to draft that similar type of small forward position, Havlicek, Paul Pierce, and now Jason Tatum. But yeah, no Kobe. That I don't see a player in the league that I can compare to Kobe Bryant. When we're talking about his size, his athleticism, skill, determination, drive, and just passion for the game, there's nothing out there like it. Closest thing to him that kind of simulates him a little bit, guys like obviously Damian Lillard, guys like that. They got a lot of heart and they're really clutch. But still, the footwork, skill set, everything, man. Michael J. Exactly. Yeah, there's very few players like Michael Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. Those are three of a kind. Three of a kind, man. What would the Lakers have to do to get Drummond? I don't know, man. You shouldn't hope for that. Remember who is the owner over there, man. You remember that guy's a dirtbag and he hates LeBron, so he's not going to do him any kind of favors. He knows we're needy. The whole league knows that we're needy at the center position, and everybody's tucking everything in right now. You know. He said, "I was watching Kobe's 81-point game the other day and got chills. This guy was like a video game, man. He was like a dream come true to watch play basketball. Poetry in motion. That's what he was. Poetry in motion. Every single move was so exciting. He didn't have any boring moves. Like nowadays, you see players in the NBA and they just look like they're going through emotion. Sure, they get their cute little 35 points or 40, but it's not sexy like Kobe's 40. It was different. Kobe will put everything into it. His layups. My man was double clutching layups under the rim under 3 defenders. My man was doing things that you didn't even think were possible, shooting over the backboard off of one leg, fading away. My man was, double teaming in the corner by 3 Toronto Raptors, and he would like spin one way, then spin the other, fade away 3, bang. The bang shot over Dwayne Wade off of one leg, like classic play after classic play. Every game, you felt like you were watching poetry, like you were watching history in the making. Every game with Kobe was like history in the making. It was so exciting. You didn't know if he was going to go for 81 or if he was going to hit a dagger game winner, or if he was going to posterize somebody, or if he was going to hit a behind the back pass to somebody, or if he was going to cross people over. And sometimes he would do all of the above. Nothing, man. Like in the words of Lil Weezy, man, double team, triple team. They can't stop Kobe, man. He was doing everything, bro. And he was taking there was plays where he was taking on 5 players. Do you guys remember that move when he came down the lane? He crossed one player over, did a spin move around the other one, and then a behind the back pass to Ronnie Turiaf for the dunk. That was 5 defenders, I believe, coming down trying to guard him. So it felt like the man could take on the world for reals. Nothing like it, man. Nothing like it. Even his movements were so amazing. His something so simple as a jump shot was so sexy by Kobe. Like his jumper was like a fadeaway every single time. And I didn't know how he landed on his feet, because if that was me trying to lean back in the air like that, I would have been on my behind. I would have been on, like in the words of Stu Lance, I would have been on my wallet. So that tells you how athletic and how crafty he was, man. It was hard to block him because he was always kind of fading unshot, which was, to me, the most pretty jump shot I've ever seen. Better than Michael Jordan's. Nobody could stop it, man. How many times do you remember Kobe being blocked from the front? Very few. It's one thing if they blindsided him from the back or whatever, but from the front with his fade, athleticism, elevation, he would truly elevate, man. I don't know how he had legs for 20 years like that to elevate, but this man, up until the final game, the Utah Jazz game, he was elevating, guys. That's why he was winded. Literally gave everything, wore his heart on his sleeve. Nobody like Kobe, man. Go argue a wall. Nobody. Jason Tatum, sorry. You're not even close, man. You don't even resemble Kobe's, headband or sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's nice, though. Don't get me wrong. He's really good. A lot of players today I'm a fan of, but yeah, no. He's a Dan the Lakers fan. Why does LeBron have so many fans that just shout? I don't know where you're at, man. That's probably just in your house, man. That's probably just your family, because I never seen no LeBron fans that just shout. I don't know, bro. He said, I love Game 5 2000 NBA Finals when Kobe took over after Shaq fouled out. Oh, man. I'll never forget it, bro. How about when he hit that clutch dagger, in overtime over the Portland Trailblazers? After hitting one to send it to overtime, then he hit the one to put him away. Oh. Or how about the one where, he faded away over Raja Bell and the Phoenix Suns to go up 6 games to, what was it? I'm sorry, not 6. 3 games to 1. That was beautiful, man. Kobe for the win. Bang. With Mike Green calling it. I still get shivers thinking about him. I remember him going like this, showing the heart, like, bro, epic. Everything about his career. Nothing about his career doesn't give me chills, bro, from the beginning to the end. Yeah, I like Jason Tatum because Kobe is his favorite player. No, I like him too. I don't hate on Jason. He's just not, come on, man. We can't compare him to Kobe. We can't. It's like, we can't. Lakers offense is more of a problem than rim protection. He said Lakers are only 11th in offensive rating, 1st in defensive rating. No, Alex. The only reason that the Lakers don't seem like they are cohesive on the offensive end, I don't know if you've heard or if you've been on my live streams, Kyle Kuzma mentioned how they're not practicing, bro. That's the only reason. They're going to gel offensively. You don't need to worry about that. But Defensive efficiency rating is nice, but rim protection is still lacking. I still see teams coming down the lane with no fear. Last year, when they came down the lane, JaVale would get a block, then Anthony Davis would get a block, then Dwight Howard would come off the bench, get a couple blocks. Teams didn't even want to look at the rim. They were fading away, trying to shoot threes and stuff that's low percentage buckets. Now everybody's getting layups. We're gonna have JJ Barea come off of retirement and drop 30 points on us, so we keep this up. He said, Dan, Lakers fan, when I say shout, I mean like bandwagon ones. They just yell, he's the GOAT. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, slush. If you don't like their opinion, bro, you don't got to listen to it, As far as bandwagon ones, man, it's hard to find true faithful fans. But luckily, Laker fans have been around forever, so you're in the right place. But as far as being a bandwagon fan, bro, look no further than the Clippers. It's filled with bandwagon fans, They couldn't even get a celebrity in there. Frankie Nunez was like their mascot over there. The guy from Malcolm in the Middle, I think. Is his name Frankie Nunez? Yeah, one of them. He was like their mascot. Like he was the only Clipper fan. And I don't even think he knew where he was. I think they paid him to sit there. Yeah, if you want bandwagon fans, look no further than the Clippers. Look no further than the Warriors and Brooklyn, the latest addition to the bandwagons for reals. The Brooklyn Nets, bro. I didn't know one Brooklyn Net fan up until they acquired Kevin Durant and Kyrie. Ever since then, they've been flooding everything, man. But yeah. I appreciate you, man. Hey, thank you for your time, bro. So Dan, I just know Kobe's hooping with Gigi in heaven. Absolutely, brother. Our brother Kobe's up there just smiling down right now, probably laughing at my jokes, even though I don't mean them to be jokes, but He said Kobe was the Spurs killer. Kobe was everybody's killer. Remember that commercial when everybody was booing and Kobe's like, yeah, Kobe, he killed everybody and they hated him. But when he retired, everybody showed him love because they knew that he really was never a villain. He was a hero. They just didn't know it yet because they were rooting for the wrong team. He said that Clipper fan that has the YouTube channel waits for any chance to hate on us. I really don't even look at Clipper fans. They're so ugly. I don't even look their way, bro. I can't even look their way. Like, they stink too. You ever been around a Clipper fan? Man, I don't think they shower. He said, I've been a Laker fan since the 1980s, and the 90s were rough. He said, I love my Lakers. Kobe was one of a kind. Don knows what's up, man. See, when Don says Kobe was one of a kind, he's been around since the 80s. He's seen greatness. He grew up with greatness. In the 80s, that's the Lakers in their prime, man. Showtime era. So, of course, Don knows what's up, and we appreciate you, Don. We see you. That's what I'm talking about. None but loyal fans or Laker fans. I've been a Laker fan since 1996. That's right. So I got to witness Kobe into the NBA and all of that, all the greatness that came afterwards. So even I am pretty wet between the ears compared to you, but at least I've seen enough. I've seen enough that I'm truly a believer, LeBron always had shooters, He got plenty of them this year too. But shooting is not the problem. Shooting is not the problem. He said Wesley Matthews was starting with the Bucks. Wesley Matthews was starting with the Bucks, wasn't he? He said Schroeder, Gasol, and Matthews got to go because AD isn't happy with those bums. Yeah, I wouldn't call them bums, but to say AD isn't happy, you must be his agent or something, bro, because I don't know what. AD looks pretty happy to me. He just got the bag. If he ain't happy after the bag in a championship, I don't know what can make you happy. He said, DTLF, is Kostas going to be able to contribute this year? Probably not. He's a two-way player. Don't expect any two-way players to contribute at all. And as far as Kostas, he's still raw. Man. Supreme Highlights. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Shout out Supreme Highlights. Appreciate that. He said, they're going to trade Boban. He's best friends with Luka. He said, what do you think about Boban? Can we get him? Boban's nice, man. He's like 8 feet tall. He's like a big-ass tree. But let's be real. Can he keep up with defenders in the paint? Maybe he'll be good for limited minutes off the bench, but as a starter, I want somebody who can switch multiple positions. Somebody who is a little bit younger and more springy than Boban. Because as big as Boban is, and he's good for a couple blocks, a couple rebounds, couple of putbacks, but he's definitely not a starting caliber center. He's a role player. We're looking for a starting caliber center, straight up. But it would be fun to see Boban, 8 feet head ass out here, man, just blocking shots and making movies out here in Hollywood. Dan, do you think the Cavs will buy out Jared Allen? I really don't, Q. I don't think so because they just traded for him. And I think they like him. I think it's a higher probability that they buy out Drummond or McGee than Jared Allen. But if they do, LeBron better get on the phones, man. Him and his agency better start calling and they could probably tell, hey, Jared, you got great hair, bro. You could come out here down to LA and sell some great hair products and stuff like that. I don't know. We definitely gotta make sure that we get on him, man, because Jared Allen would be dope. But I don't think they buy him out. Hey, Dan, do you think the Cavs I already read that one. See, I do that sometimes, bro. I think that the little line moved up and I read the wrong one. He said, Dan, who's untouchable to be traded besides LeBron James and AD? Who's untouchable to be traded? Untouchable. I don't think anybody's untouchable outside of LeBron and AD. If I was them, I'd try to make THT untouchable because he's going to be a future piece, man, for reals. But yeah, it's hard to actually put somebody as untouchable. He said the low energy every game is puzzling, almost like they're waiting for the playoffs, but you got to compete. Who the heck can we get for rim protection? Please don't say Deadman. I don't have an answer for you, bro. I don't, because the buyout market hasn't commenced. There's nobody out there that's a free agent right now that I can say, ooh, that guy. So yeah, I really can't say nothing. I would love Drummond. He's a name that just pops off to me. Like if we get Drummond, forget about it. Imagine that type of lob threat who can rebound like that and occasionally block shots. I know people say he's not a rim protector, but he's way better than Marc Gasol. I'll tell you that. I bet my life Wesley Matthews plays significant minutes. He said the Lakers would not make it to the Western Conference Finals. You bet your life on that, bro? You're really trying to die, huh? Yeah, don't be betting your life on little silly stuff like that, bro. Stop it. Like the Lakers could make it to the conference finals regardless of whoever starts. We could start Winona Ryder and the Lakers would still make it to the conference finals. That's how talented we are. So yeah, don't go betting your life, man. He said when Drummond is on, he is pretty unstoppable. That's what I'm saying. And imagine him playing with somebody like LeBron James and all the free wide open looks he's going to get playing alongside AD as well. Sheesh, that would be a nightmare for the league for years to come, man. For years to come. He said, I feel like us Laker fans like last season's roster better, less trade talk. Maybe so. But hey, we are spoiled, man. We can't have our cake and eat it too. People just left. That's on them. They wanted to leave. If they wanted to stay, they could have stayed. If Rondo wanted to stay, he would have took another little shave. But he got his championship and he bounced. He's ready, to go get his bag. And then same thing with Dwight. We actually offered him more money than the Philly steak cheeses over there, but he decided to go. So that's unfortunate as well. But that's his decision. I do believe with Dwight, I think the Shaquille O'Neal situation had a lot to do with it. The fact that Shaq, after Dwight contributing to the championship team, still threw shade on him. Dwight probably figured, like, I'm never going to be able to carve my own legacy here with this franchise because of Shaq. Shaq has a big fan base, and sometimes if he says something, there's old heads out there that believe it. So, let's be honest. So this generation is very soft and very sensitive. I wouldn't have gave a damn what Shaq said about me. All I would have said to Shaq is, hey, man, look at this ring. Yeah, it's my time, baby. It's my time. Embrace it, hate it, or love it. It's my time. Hey, what's up, Devin? How you doing, bro? He said, what's up, Dan / Laker Nation? What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Is it true that, Dan? I think it did affect. The Cavs got Drummond for almost nothing. Does the NBA not want to trade with the Lakers to make us better? That's exactly it. Ding, 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 ding. Carlos just realized that, man, the NBA hates the Lakers because we win too much. And they want what they call disparity. They want to spread spread it around. They especially love it when small market teams win. And we're a huge market. So we already rake in enough money. It would be a dream come true for the NBA if the Pelicans won a championship or if the Detroit Pistons. Not saying it's going to happen, but that would be like a dream come true for reals. Is that Shaq hated on McGee too? Yeah, dude, I don't know what's wrong with Shaq, bro. Maybe it's that big toe doesn't let the blood circulate to his brain or something, bro. But Yeah, bro. No disrespect to Shaq, he's a legend, but bro need to just chill out and let us live a little bit, man. We just want to live out here. He said, "Yep, Dwight has broad shoulders, but he's soft as Charmaine." Nah, Dwight. Here's the thing about Dwight, man. He helped us win, bro. He helped us win. So we're gonna love Dwight forever. That's the rule. That's the rule here. Everybody that's new that's just coming on board to Laker Nation. Once you're a hero, you actually played a part in the champ for a championship team. We don't rag on you ever again, man. Ever. You earned our respect. So we salute you, Dwight. We got love for you forever. Same thing with Rondo. Can't say the same for JaVale because he really didn't contribute, but we still show him respect. You know what I'm saying? At least McGee knows the offense. No. McGee, all he knows is to flop around, man. Like paperweight thin flopping. Like he barely got touched and he was flying in the playoffs. Hey, he said, remember that Chris Paul and Rondo fight? That's what elevated his status for LA. That's when we really said, yeah, we love Rondo. That's when we really got behind Rondo. Because before that, he was still a Celtic in our mind, you know what I'm saying? But after that, he said JaVale contributed through his vlogs, though. I guess. I mean, like I said, we're not gonna disrespect JaVale, but can I salute him like I salute Dwight? Nah. He had to be a little more of a contributor here, but we still respect him, man. We're not gonna I hear say that JaVale shacked in the fool or anything like that anymore. He said, same thing. Look, any Laker that has come through here and won, we love him for life, man. That's it. That's it. It's nothing but love, man. Rick Fox, Robert Horry, Shannon Brown, Jordan Farmar, Sasha Vujicic, Lamar Odom. Everybody that contributed. We even love Kwame Brown for contributing with those small hands. We love the fact that he contributed to Pau Gasol. Without Kwame's expiring contract, we don't get Pau Gasol. So thank you, Kwame. He wasn't the number one pick for no reason. He was the number one pick to get us Pau Gasol. We picked him number one to get us Pau Gasol. So, I'm trolling, but you know what I mean? Like everybody gets love over here, man. Everybody that helped us win. Rick Fox, even Luke Walton, the player, not the coach, because we hate the coach. But the player, man, curly-haired Luke, we love them over here, man, making behind-the-back passes and stuff. He was out here with the swagger like he was averaging 15 assists when he only had 4. You know what I mean? But no, not Smush Parker. Come on, Lamar. We hate Smush Parker. He talks smack about Kobe, man, and he looked like an alien with that line coming down the middle. No, thank you to Smush, man. I'll pass on Smush. Who do I have coming out of the East? Great question. I got Philly, man. I got Philly. Not because they beat us. I had Philly before they beat us. Like, I think Philly is the real deal, man. Philly Dilly. Let's see what happens, though. Anything can change. You know what I'm saying? Like, trades can happen. Anything can happen. So, as of right now, how we standing, I got Philly coming out the East. With Brooklyn, a big man away from coming out the East. So, we'll see what happens there. Anyways, guys, it's close to the hour. Looks like I've been flapping my gums too long. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, though. Thank you guys for all the comments and the likes. Don't forget to smash that like button. Truly helps the channel. If you guys already haven't subscribed, please consider, man. Very entertaining reading all you guys' comments and interacting with you guys. So consider joining the family. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow for that pregame and that postgame. I should be available all day long. So no more flaking out from me, guys. Catch you then. Much love, Laker Nation. Have a great night. Peace out.